Coming on to talk about sports and more specifically MLB from CBS Sports. He covers the MLB, Danny Vietti.
Somebody's going to beat the Cleveland Browns this year. Is it going to be another opponent, or is it going to be the Cleveland Browns? That's their storyline, and the season will answer that story.
Well, my prediction preseason, because we always have to do that at ESPN, give us your predictions, make us look like idiots, was Astros and Nationals, with the Astros winning. Given the fact that both those teams still look like they're in the mix for that eventuality, I'm going to stick with that, Astros and Nationals, with Astros winning.
Play action is going to take himself around the left big hole 40, 35, 30, cuts it upfield, spin move 20, action Jackson 10, and dancing into the end zone. Touchdown Ravens. Halftime launching it down the middle of the field, caught at the 20, Sammy Watkins 10, walking into the end zone, and the Chiefs are going to be going to Miami. What's going on, Sportscaster, YouTube, and beyond? Thanks for watching this video. I'm Yosef Masinter, and I hope you're having a great day as I welcome you into episode 16 of the Ravens vs. Browns Week 14 Deep Dive, where I go through every play, talk about what happened, why it happened, should it have happened, who messed up, who excelled, and a whole lot more. This was absolutely the best game of the regular season, and I think it was the best game, including the playoffs. Playoff implications, stars making big-time plays making stars, and of course, a dramatic Hollywood ending. But before we get to the film, please check out my podcast, Sports with Yosef. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. That's Sports with Yosef. Check out all of the episodes there, as well as all of my videos on Sportscaster, sportscastr.com. My username is YosefM613. If you've not done so, check out the first 15 episodes in this series. Really great content there, and I'm not going back and explaining everything again. So there's some things I do, especially before I reference them, but definitely not all of it. So make sure you go back and check that out in the first 25 minutes of this, more than that, 30 minutes of this game. Make sure you also check out all my articles I read for Flurry Sports, Tackler, Sportscaster News, and Tech Mahal, and Rocky and Meisty. I used to write for Tech Mahal until they switched to Sportscaster News. So make sure to check out all the great content. And to make it easy for you, because I know it's a lot of sites to remember, well, I created a website, yosefm613.com, coming up on the 1 year anniversary, actually, of the website. And on the website, you can check out all of my articles, all of my podcasts, a whole bunch of my videos, as well as subscribing to get email updates every time I post new content. It's really easy, right on the homepage, yosefm613.com. You have no excuse to not take advantage of this opportunity. And if you're on Twitter, I'd really appreciate it if you give me a follow. Username YosefM613. With that said, let's get back to Cleveland. 4:21 to go. 4:20. Ravens had to punt the ball away to the Browns. While Baker Mayfield gave them the ball right back. Intercepted by Tyus Bowser. Run back to the 1 yard line. One play later on a J.K. Dobbins touchdown run, and then a blocked extra point. The Ravens retook a commanding 14-point lead. Well, the Browns trying to get back in it, and let's get started. As Justin Tucker on to kick this one off after Vincent Taylor just blocked his extra point by getting past the long snapper, Morgan Cox. This is a kickoff, will be 7 yards deep, and a touchback. Dearness Johnson letting it go all the way. The Browns kick returner. You can see number 30 right here. We get to watch this one last time. I love this angle for kickoffs. I think it's just really neat to see how you'll just see the Ravens get down the field, gap control. Everyone running, you run straight. And Dearness Johnson saying, thanks, but no thanks. I'll let my offense come out to the 25-yard line, which is what Baker Mayfield will do. First down and 10, he'll start under center. Brings Jarvis Landry in motion from right to left. That's Nick Chubb in the backfield. And he will hand it off to Chubb. Working to that right side, cuts it back a little bit. Working left, cutting it back right, and picking up 4. Brandon Williams there to make the stop for the Baltimore defense. Watch one more time. Or one more time before we break it down. Nice cut back by Chubb. Great vision. What's going on? All right, right off the bat, 11 personnel. 1 running back, 1 tight end. Ravens in the nickel defense. That is 5 defensive backs. And as always, we're going to take a look at the running play from this angle. So Jarvis Landry coming across. So now you got 3 receivers to the left. And you're going to, one of the first things, one of the first things to keep in mind, and I'll just skip a little bit forward, you're going to watch Baker Mayfield. What's this entire play action what's this entire running game been based around? A lot of the pass game, faking this naked bootleg. That's what Baker Mayfield does right here. Once again. And watch Marlon Humphrey, because Humphrey's going to be the number 44. You see how he's backing off? He got faked by that bootleg. No one else, though. But again, it's that one. All you need is to get one defender out of position, and that's where you open up the big play. All right, you know what? Let's do this one by one. Okay, number 1, zone blocking scheme. See, everyone is just, you're blocking who's in front of you. No one there? Okay. That is the zone blocking. Looks like he's going to second level, and then Harrison Bryant's coming around to block. And let's start with Harrison Bryant here. Harrison Bryant pulling the wrong way. What it's also faking is something like this, where he's going to then release into the flat. But he's going to come across here, and they did not block Pernell McPhee. They do send Harrison Bryant to just go and really try to trip him up. Didn't 100% work. Now it does. There goes McPhee to the ground. Looks like he kind of got a handoff and shove on the back end, though. So, well done there. And I guess let's start with next up, Jedrick Wills. He's working against Tyus Bowser, who just had the interception. Oh, look at Wills. He's just manhandling Bowser. But wait, right here. Look how much space Bowser has to the outside. Nick Chubb sees this. And so what does he say? I can't run here. I don't have enough room, so I'm going to cut it back. Because Bowser beats the rookie Wills and forces this one back. He's a big part of that, and you still watch Bowser. Bowser didn't officially... Bowser forces this run back. He does his job. He contains the edge. He does everything well, and then let's look at the middle defense. Here's Justin Madubuike working against Joel Bitonio. Madubuike not getting much of anything there. He gets free at the very end. Not much there for Madubuike. Again, he wasn't beat, though. No one really wins this battle, because... and they're still at the 25-yard line. You could even say Madubuike wins. He doesn't give up any space on run contains. As let's switch to the next man, which will be Brandon Williams, the guy who ends up making the tackle. He is working against J.C. Treader. He's going to now. He looks like he's got a little room to get through until Wyatt Teller takes him on. Brandon Williams, he's going to get away from Wyatt Teller. How? Watch Wyatt Teller. Patrick Queen's just going to push Wyatt Teller to the ground pretty much. And Brandon Williams is going to get free, sees Nick Chubb, and just wraps him up. Now watch J.C. Treader at the end of this block. So he's going to release Brandon Williams, and he's going to go into the second level. And he's going to take on L.J. Fort. This is a good job blocking there. He's just completely dominating L.J. Fort in that second level, which is exactly what you need to do. Wyatt Teller initially blocking Brandon Williams, so he'll go to the ground. Jack Conklin, he's going to try to get into the second level. Conklin's job is to block Patrick Queen, number 48. My mouse is on his helmet. Conklin, he's going to get over number 78 versus number 48. Oh, look at this room for a cutback. And this is not designed. This is not a designed cutback. But what it does allow is, Pernell McPhee aside, there's a lot of room here until Brandon Williams gets free and then gets in the way of this run. Okay. Now, I said this looked like that this was not a designed cutback. Here's why it might be, though. And this is where you really just have no idea. Now, if this is designed cutback, if this is a designed run to there, why on earth is Harrison Bryant going to block to the weak side. Is this to fake a naked bootleg? Maybe. It really might be. And then he'll slip out to the flat. I could hear that. But it does make me wonder. You saw the alley and that hole Nick Chubb has for a cutback here. Was this designed? I don't think so. My gut would tell me no, but just the way, because they sent Bryant back and the way they made sure to seal off this side I don't know. I could buy it. I really could buy that theory. Obviously, no way to know. And if McPhee, by the way, gets past Harrison Bryant right here, I mean, he gets past him, kind of, not really. But if he gets past him, I mean, this play could be a no gain instead of a gain of 4. But he doesn't. So, like I said, no way to know. But definitely interesting to think about. What's the intention here by Kevin Stefanski? Design cutback, not design cutback. What's Harrison Bryant's role? You would think you'd want to keep him to the strong side, albeit this is pretty good blocking by Cleveland. Except against Tyus Bowser via Jedrick Wills. So watch this gain of 4 one last time. Landry across the formation. Run left, cut back right, and clamber up to the 29-yard line, which is where the Browns will face a 2nd down and 6. As we are almost at the 4-minute mark. Now we are in the 3rd quarter. Nick Chubb is going to be motioned out, empty shotgun. Now, no one's following him. What does that mean? It's zone coverage. Whistles come in before the snap. We got a false start here on Jedrick Wills, number 71. We can just watch him right here. Number 71. Oop. Yeah, that'll do it every day. Oop. Yeah, before the ball snapped. Good call by the officiating crew. It was 11 personnel nickel. So because no one followed Nick Chubb out, they know it's zone. What does this mean? Now, it could be LJ Fort will drop back into man, but likely we're talking something about like, ew, that was some bad circles. Maybe something like here, 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 here. I don't know, maybe here and here. Maybe something on the lines of that. But instead, the Browns will just, you can watch Jedrick Wills from that angle, and we'll take a look one last time. He'll put the Browns into a 2nd down and 11. Mayfield emptying it out, trying to figure out who's coming. LJ Ford, you can see him dropping at the back end. And here we go to the 2nd down and 11. So, only gate the nice cutback by Nick Chubb. Down into Peoples-Jones, number 11. He's across the formation from right to left. He's wide to the left. His quick screen to the right. Jarvis Landry hit once, breaks free. He's going to cut it back. Great run after the catch. Still going and all the way out to the 30-yard line. A pickup of 6 by Jarvis Landry. Marlon Humphrey will get credit for the tackle. Whole lot to work with here. As Landry goes down. First step, 11 personnel, 1 running back, 1 tight end. Tight end right there where my mouse is on his helmet. Ravens in nickel coverage. Now right off the bat, look at the hips of Marcus Peters and Devontae Harris. This is zone coverage. So they'll bring Peoples-Jones across formation. It spreads out the defense just a little bit. And then just a quick screen. Breaks the tackle of Marlon Humphrey. He's going to cut back. Breaks the tackle of Yannick Ngakoue. And Humphrey, great chase to go and take him down. The screen, it's the blitz beater. We talked about that. We've talked about that. Well, let's take a look. Did the Ravens bring the blitz? Just showing 4 here. No, they do not. Do not bring the blitz, and I'll be honest, they had a shot. Humphrey's got a shot at him. If you take a look here against Rashard Higgins, who number 82 is blocking Marcus Peters, Marlon Humphrey. Humphrey, he reads it, and Higgins has to choose who to block. He chooses Peters, and then Jack Conklin, you can see him hitting Marlon Humphrey away from Jarvis Landry. You can see another guy right there. That is Tyus Bowser, who had a shot at Jarvis Landry. Whole bunch of guys had a shot, and then just look at Marlon Humphrey chasing him down. We'll take a look. It'll be there. So Ravens didn't blitz, but the reason it worked is, Jarvis Landry just makes a play. Let's take a look at the offensive line because, as you know, the part of the process of blocking for screens is getting some offensive linemen out in front. So we'll switch to this area of the field right now. Look at J.C. Treader, immediately going to go left and then loop back. So faking the pass block, he's faking, saying, hey, we're not doing anything here. We're actually looking to roll the ball, be normal, not try to trick you on a screen. Well, no, they're not. So you see Brandon Williams. You'll see Brandon Williams right here. He kind of reads this right away. He realizes what's happening right here. He's like, oh no, I'm getting back over there. And a little bit too late there. If you can watch from this angle, Tyus Bowser just look at players slipping. Another theme throughout this game. Bowser going down there, or almost going down. Now, so Jack Conklin and Wyatt Teller go out. Tyus Bowser just gets through free. Now the key part here, and is that they want Tyus Bowser to go inside, because if he goes to the outside, he's got a shot at knocking this ball down, right? If he goes like this, he actually is in that throwing lane from Mayfield. So they reroute him inside, and then you go out to block. And on the left side of the offensive line, you got Joel Bitonio, Jedrick Wills, looks like the tight end in. Harrison Bryant, they're working against Justin Madubuike and Yannick Ngakoue. Great blocking there. Watch Yannick Ngakoue here, though. Just keep your eyes on Yannick Ngakoue because he's going to get a hit on Landry. As Landry's going to cut back, Yannick Ngakoue still right over there. He gets through a couple of players, and he's going to get a hit there. He's just going to spin off it. Look at Harrison Bryant, number 88 out in front. And this is just a lot of good Ravens style football here. Everyone's following the ball carrier. Everyone's running to the football. This is a great read by Jarvis Landry, because if you look where Jarvis Landry is, once he breaks his first tackle, generally his job is going to be, your design is to go there. He realizes he's not getting there. So he's just going to go here and then keeps on reading it off of the offensive lineman, getting behind blockers. He does a very good job reading this play. Just watch Brandon Williams. Where's Brandon Williams? Right there. So let's keep an eye on Brandon Williams. Let's take this off. Brandon Williams right there. He just cuts back on Brandon Williams and that entire Ravens defense. A lot of running for 6 yards. There's a missed face mask here. See if I can get a good angle. Ravens get a break because there should have been a face mask, and I just don't remember where in the play. Okay, so it's like right over here. It's, again, very tough to tell from this angle, but a missed face mask on Marlon Humphrey that would have given the Browns an extra 15 yards. Now, the refs did not call it. Welcome to the game of football. And a lot of running to get 6 yards. Just a good play overall by just Jarvis Landry. He's making something out of nothing. Hit multiple times, stays on his feet, and just yards after contact, yards after the catch. Exactly what you want to do. Now, hold on. One more thing. What have the Browns been doing the entire time in their screen game? Vertical routes. Get vertical guys down the field and open up a bubble underneath. That's not what they do this time. Ooh. I can get rid of that. No, I'm still on the wrong one. But this time they don't. This time they just have the wide receivers blocking, more of a bubble screen. So interesting shift there by Kevin Stefanski. Watch from from the top-down view one last time before we switch to all 22 view for one last time. Jarvis Landry staying on his feet, getting behind blockers, moving down the field, and just a nice job by Landry to set up a 3rd down and 5. He just cuts back this entire Ravens defense. I mean, 3 or 4 guys have to just like watch this middle of this defense. Ooh, all 3 go to the ground pretty much simultaneously, just to have to deal with the speedy Jarvis Landry. Browns now in a pretty big 3rd down and 5. You're down 14. 18 minutes left in the ball game. Time to make a play. Baker Mayfield trying to do just that. He's in the shotgun. Back to his left is Kareem Hunt. Looking right, nothing there. He's going to take off. He's going to run. He's going to dive forward. He's got the 1st down. Baker Mayfield running for 5 when he needed 5. Big play there. And we got a flag on the play. We'll talk about a flag. What this flag is, it's on the Ravens defense. We'll talk about the flag after this, but let's take a look first at some pass concepts, which is just a lot of stuff underneath. Basic, I mean, this just looks like basic slants. And it's tough to tell what he's doing because this is where the penalty is going to be at. A lot. So, getting guys, just look, everyone's just getting in front of Baker Mayfield's face, and everyone is open. I mean, not everyone. A lot of guys open. Mayfield's going to initially look left, looking for the deep ball, likely. He's not open. Devontae Harris, well, we'll talk about the penalty there. So he's going to move back over the middle. Harrison Bryant, oh, nope, he's covered. Jarvis Landry, there's not that much space to try to fit a ball in here just because you've got a defender right in front. Not really enough space. He does not look at Donovan Peoples-Jones, who is open. And let's take a look at why not. He didn't look there because of the pocket. This initially, and we'll take a deeper look in a second. Under pressure and then just forced out to run. Now, where does this pressure develop? Well, Ravens does show 6 right off the bat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who's coming? Who's not? Baker Mayfield trying to audible. Figure it out at the last second. Who's coming? Tyus Bowser drops. Matthew Judon. Look how Matthew Judon, on veteran move here, is going to come in for the first 3-4 steps, force Jedrick Wills to go block him, and then backpedal into this exact same thing that Tyus Bowser did on his interception. So Jedrick Wills, he's just stuck out there. He's now going to move over to his right and help out with Derek Wolfe. Joel Bitonio passes on Derek Wolfe to him. Bitonio is now going to say, oh, Baker, you're going to run. I'll deal with Calais Campbell, I guess. Chris Board going to trip Baker up. So Bowser's dropping as well towards the middle. Those 2 Sam linebackers, what the Ravens love to do. And they're lined up on the weak side here, though. Yannick Ngakoue on the rush. Look at Yannick Ngakoue. He's going to be working against Jack Conklin. He's going to go very wide. Conklin actually does a very good job of keeping him wide. Now he's going to spin backwards once Mayfield takes off and pursue. But he is down for Mayfield's down first. I guess next man up would be, look at J.C. Treader blocking Derek Wolfe, then going back to the right to block Calais Campbell. Why is Calais Campbell getting that open? Kareem Hunt trying to block Calais Campbell. Calais Campbell's the guy that breaks open this play. In the backfield, let's watch Calais Campbell the whole way. Look at Chris Board lined up in this A gap. Derek Wolfe, you'll see how much he'll slide over. But Calais Campbell is going to get open because Chris Board's going to stunt over. He's going to get Wyatt Teller out of his way. Great stunt. It works like a gem. And that is going to be the reason why Baker Mayfield's going to have to take off and run. Now he's being chased by Derek Wolfe, but Chris Board will trip him up. Board will get the penalty for, the credit for the tackle. Mayfield looking away from Matthew Judon this time, but Matthew Judon in this, it's literally going back to the interception, but it's just a guy backpedaling, playing a zone here. Exactly what Mayfield threw on the interception. This time Mayfield looks away. Let's look, though, at where he initially looked. Devontae Harris versus Rashard Higgins. There's a penalty here on Rashard Higgins for hands to the face. It's tough to see. Very, very tough to see. Now Devontae Harris falls down. What's going on here? Because this is, by the way, a good call on Devontae Harris. But I'm there should have been illegal contact right here on Rashard Higgins for a push-off. He's actually just, I mean, he's right on that 5-yard mark, which is probably why they don't. But that looked like there's contact. But then this is just a little bit too much. You can't just run. You can't just like hit someone like this. I don't think. Looks like there may or may not. Maybe should have been a penalty on Higgins here. But again, he's right in this 5. He's right in the 5-yard cushion, which allows him to do, which is where contact is allowed. Whatever, not the greatest lines, but you see he's still in those 5 yards. So this will add 5 yards to the end of the run by Baker Mayfield. We can watch this one last time from the top down angle. And then keep on moving. Kareem Hunt in for the 3rd down play. Trying to block Calais Campbell. Not an easy man to block. Ever. And especially not when you're like on such a critical play. But that's what they try to do here. But now the Browns got a 1st down at their own 40-yard line. And here they go. Under center, Baker Mayfield's going to bring Jarvis Landry in motion from right to left. Nick Chubb in the backfield. And handoff goes to Chubb going left. Nothing there. He'll be wrapped up. A loss of 1. Ngakoue and Fort there to take down Chubb. You can watch it from the all 22 view. It's a quick run to the left. What's Baker Mayfield doing again, by the way? Look over here. He's running this naked bootleg. This is what this entire game has been based off of. This entire rushing attack, pretty much the entire game for the Browns. And a lot of their passing game also rolling Baker out, getting him away from that pressure. All right. Let's take a look. Let's start on the right side with Harrison Bryant. I guess Donovan Peoples-Jones first, actually. He's going to block Marcus Peters, and does a pretty good job here. 11 personnel, by the way, for the Browns. Peters just nothing there. Peoples-Jones gets in front, uses his body as a shield. Peters eventually breaks free. Pretty much after the play. Harrison Bryant, they're just going to let Jihad Ward come because their run is to the other side. Harrison Bryant kind of just staying there. He doesn't really have someone to block. He's probably meant to get into the 2nd level, but there's just no one in front of him to block. Look at Jihad Ward, though. He's saying, oh, do I have to block, worry about this naked bootleg? Look at this step, and no. Okay, no, I don't. And then he just gets by Harrison Bryant. Harrison Bryant not doing much on this play to help out the Cleveland Browns, if anything. He's space. He's a body, and that makes it a little bit tougher. Now watch Jack Conklin. He's going to get out in front of Calais Campbell here. He's going to try to take him down and fail. And then he goes down. It looks like over the legs of... I feel like I think he went over the legs of Patrick Queen. But it could have been what Conklin did. Now Wyatt Teller, he's moving over. Number 77. He's going to get into 2nd level, take on Patrick Queen. Queen just shoves him off. A little bit of a jersey tug there. Look at this jersey. Right over here. Watch Wyatt Teller. Looks like with his right hand. Ooh, that's a missed holding call by the officiating crew. You cannot do that. Because Queen initially destroyed Wyatt Teller. J.C. Treader working over here. Looks like against Derek Wolfe. Okay, so... Look right here. Derek Wolfe got the edge. Nick Chubb sees it right over here saying, oh, I can't run this way. I guess I'll keep on going to the outside. And this allows the next man up, Yannick Ngakoue, to get a hit on him. And then Patrick Queen to finish him off. We'll get back to Patrick Queen in a second. Let's just keep on going on the offensive line, which is Bitonio going into that second level to block LJ Fort. Excuse me, that's LJ Fort. Look at LJ Fort. He sheds this tackle and sheds the block of Bitonio, and then just gets up to take down Chubb. And Yannick Ngakoue, the other big parts. Really, these three guys right here who make this stop for the Ravens. Yannick Ngakoue working against the rookie Jedrick Wills. Wills is actually going to get hurt on this play. You can see him limping right here. Wills, right ankle, leg, whether it's a cramp, whether it's not from a hit. He was not hit on this, but maybe he slipped when he planted, something like that. Maybe a cramp, not 100% sure. Return is probable. Now, one more thing to keep an eye on as this game progresses. Right over here, Devontae Harris right over here, working against Rashard Higgins. They're getting chippy. Some extra blows coming in from Rashard Higgins there. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Did I go one play too far? No, I don't think so. I don't know, actually. No, I for sure did. Is this one play too far? Because we're going to watch it one more time. No, it's not. Not one play too far. Justin Ellis, by the way, not Derek Wolfe, who was part of that. Who was part of forcing Nick Chubb to continue to go outside. Very well done. These three players right here, this triangle of defenders, are going to be the ones that make this stop, hold Nick Chubb to a loss of 1 on the play. And then we'll bring up 2nd down and 11 for the second time this drive for the Cleveland Browns. Last time was off of a penalty, this one off of a run. And Baker Mayfield will be in the shotgun. Nick Chubb to his right, two receivers to either side. As he'll take the snap, blitz coming from the left side. Mayfield, quick pass to the left side. His hot route, Harrison Bryant makes a catch. A pickup of 5 to Sean Elliott. There to make the tackle. So a pickup of 5 here for the Browns. A whole bunch to look at. Let's get started after we watch it one last time. Right off the bat, Christopher Hubbard is in for Jedrick Wills at left tackle, number 74. Okay. Ravens, this is 11 personnel, 1 running back, 1 tight end. Ravens in nickel coverage, nickel personnel and zone coverage here. And we can, and you can just watch Harrison Bryant. It's zone coverage. He's just going to find a soft spot. Now the Ravens right here, their coverage is, well, let's take a look at the route pattern first, I guess. Something on the lines of, no, that's incorrect. Something on the lines of that. Now the Ravens coverage is a little bit, is obviously not that. It's a lot. It's really looks like a cover 3, where you're gonna have this deep guy here, outside, here, there, 2, 3, 4. So Ravens, by the way, drop 7 into zone, end up bringing 4. So I said they brought a blitz. They don't actually, but what they do is bring someone from the second level and drop someone back from the initial level from that defensive line. We'll take a look at that momentarily. So why does Baker Mayfield immediately look left? No way to prove this. Here's my gut. Look at the Ravens' two best cornerbacks, Marcus Peters, Marlon Humphrey, not in that order. Well, they're both on this side, so Baker Mayfield, he's going to say, I'm going to this side. I want to target Devontae Harris. You'll see the Browns continually trying to target Harris and the Ravens' other cornerbacks as this game goes along, because he's a weak point in coverage, and that is definitely something they are trying to do. And it also helps that the blitz is from the left side, so that definitely opens up a spot as well. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on here, because the Ravens are just showing 4, but you're going to see that LJ Fort's going to come in, and Matthew Judon is going to drop. And Baker Mayfield, it's tough. You've got to account for everything here. And figuring out who's blocking who. So, again, Matthew Judon takes 2 steps, forces Jack Conklin to come to him, and then backpedals. Conklin's gonna then go and help out with Justin Madubuike. Wyatt Teller. Ooh, there's a shot to the face. Watch Wyatt Teller right here. He's just gonna slap him across the helmet as Madubuike eventually breaks free, but way too late to make an impact. So Madubuike, he's covered well. As you see J.C. Treader initially going over to help, and like, okay. Now I'm going to come back to the left and help out with the next guy, Yannick Ngakoue, who is doing a very good job against Joel Bitonio. Excuse me, that's Calais Campbell. Yannick Ngakoue is wide left. We'll take a look at Ngakoue next. We'll take a look at LJ Fort next, actually. And so Campbell is going to work his way this way to open up this hole for LJ Fort to go against Nick Chubb. But they just do a nice job against Calais Campbell. And just an excellent job of blocking here by Nick Chubb against LJ Fort. That is not an easy job for any running back to block a linebacker, but he does it very, very well in pass protection. And then Yannick Ngakoue going against the backup, Christopher Hubbard. And he's going to try to go around the edge. Hubbard stays with him, though. And this is a pretty decent throw from Baker Mayfield. We can watch it a little bit faster here. Just let his receiver get there, make the catch, and move on. Great job blocking. Across the board by the Browns. And I don't even know what I mean by this no, because it looks like a pretty good throw. So I guess we will move on after I pick up a 5, which will put the Browns into a 3rd down and 6 situation. Watch it one last time. Up Donovan Peoples-Jones was wide open there. Mayfield did not go there. Thought he had a little less time than he did. He has a decent pocket because while there's push, there's no give. Bend but don't break. And, well, that's enough for Mayfield to get the ball out of his hand quickly. Had a receiver open immediately in a soft spot in that zone coverage. And he takes advantage. So this will put the Browns into a 3rd down and 6. 1 minute and 11 seconds to go, and the ball will be snapped. As Mayfield, he's going to look to throw. Breaks 1 tackle, is going to take off and run again. Can he do it for 2 3rd downs in a row? No. He will be pushed out of bounds by Devontae Harris. Harris saying, no, you will not get the 1st down this time. As Mayfield taking off, but unable to turn that corner. We talked about that, I believe, last episode. And is held short. Okay, right off the bat, how many guys we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the line. 4 back in coverage. What does that immediately signify? I'm going to use a different color here. Man. Man with, like, I don't know, maybe cover 1. What it also is telling me is probably one of these guys is going to drop and take the tight end. And they're going to leave the running back unaccounted for. That'd be my gut before I take a closer look. But let's do just... Oh, let's look at the wide receivers first, actually. Wide receivers. They're just going to... The 1st down is right at the 50-yard line. Every route, they go right beyond the 50. Something on the lines of a comeback, find a soft spot, probably going to run a slant, and maybe another comeback. Just getting routes, trying to use their bodies as protection to make sure they get this 1st down. Critical 1st down opportunity, or the critical 3rd down play, I should say. Now, it's not going to work out that well because so Matthew Judon and Tyus Bowser are going to drop. You can see Bowser's going to go here. And this is actually zone. It looks like man, right? But this ends up being a zone coverage for the Baltimore Ravens, a zone blitz. Just something on the lines of two guys underneath. Then, I mean, that's what it ends up becoming. It's probably, they wouldn't go quarters. Probably the design was something on the lines of, we'll have the line of scrimmage be here, and the Ravens zone be, I think that's the right amount. It's probably something on those lines. Instead, it does not matter because the Browns offensive line does not win on this play. Let's start off from right to left. Jack Conklin is just going to backpedal. He has no one to block here. Absolutely no one. He's just standing there even at the end. Just because the two guys right next to him, Bowser and Judon, well, they both dropped back. Next man up is going to be Wyatt Teller. And he's going to just, he thinks Tyus Bowser's coming also, right? So he's just going to, that's where he's looking. He's looking at Tyus Bowser. He realizes too late that Chris Board's the guy who's coming, not dropping. And so Board gets free until Kareem Hunt knocks him out of the way. Chris Board, though, I mean, again, knowing Baker Mayfield, it's his job to communicate with the offensive line before the snap to say, okay, Wyatt Teller, you're blocking Tyus Bowser on this one. Well, because Chris Board, we think he's dropping. Well, no, not this time. Board comes in and just a critical block from Kareem Hunt there to allow Baker Mayfield to even get any positive yardage. Next man up, J.C. Treader, is going to be working against Calais Campbell. He's going to force him to the left. They're going to stunt here with Yannick Ngakoue. Let's take a step back. There's a whole bunch of stuff happening here. So, Yannick Ngakoue over here is going to stunt over and try to get up this A gap. And you'll see him here. He doesn't, and he can't. But Wyatt Teller then gets in his way after Wyatt Teller, like, oh yeah, someone I can finally block. So Calais Campbell's going to go here, and they'll run that stunt off of him. Now watch Jihad Ward. He's going to work against Hubbard. He doesn't get much. He doesn't get any room, but he actually is the guy closest to the boundary, and he's going to force Baker Mayfield to not be able to cut up the field initially without risking a big hit because he's hot on his heels. And then watch Deshaun Elliott. He's going to come in on this blitz. Now Kareem Hunt goes to deal with Chris Board, which lets Elliott get a free shot at Baker Mayfield, and Elliott's just got to make this tackle. He's got to get the sack here because this is just a free shot at the quarterback. You cannot miss on that. But he does. Now, watch Donovan Peoples-Jones here. He's going to realize what's happening. He's going to try to block Devontae Harris and then realizes, but he doesn't. He kind of just lets Devontae Harris run by, and Devontae Harris is actually the guy who pushes him Mayfield out of bounds. Peoples-Jones needs to do a better job blocking. But the Ravens, they get a huge third down stop. When you're up 14, you're trying to get a stop. You're trying to get the other offense off the field, let your team wind out the clock. Final minute of the third quarter. Well, it's 4-down territory for the Cleveland Browns. They know they absolutely have to get this play, absolutely have to get a touchdown on this drive. And they're going to try to do just that on 4th down and 4. Let's watch this one last time. Don't need to get too ahead of ourselves. Deshaun Elliott just has to make that tackle. I mean, we're talking, that's a 7-yard loss right there. Maybe 6, but 4th and 4, 4th and 10, not really comparable. He's just got to make this stop. I mean, this is more than that. He's at the 37-yard line. The first down's at the 50. So, I mean, we're talking about a fourth down and 12, fourth and 13, whatever it is. Instead, it's fourth down and 4. And critical play. Browns absolutely have to convert on this. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Now they'll bring David Njoku's in here. First time he's in this drive, I think. He's going to be slot right, quick pass underneath. Jarvis Landry breaks 1 tackle and all the way down to the 41. Well, more than the 4 yards he needed. He'll pick up 12. Chuck Clark on the stop, and a huge play for this Cleveland Browns team, which wants to come back in this ball game. That was Mayfield's read pretty much the entire way. If you see, just gets a snap and looking there. What's a route concept? The motion to Njoku. And it's just a simple pick play. What do they do on the left side? Pick play again. Couple basic pick plays where Njoku's going to get out in front. Njoku's going to get out in front to block here. They're just counting on Landry being able to get away from Marcus Peters, using Njoku as a human shield. That is exactly what happens, because Njoku actually does not end up blocking Humphrey. Remember, the first down marker is right over here. That's the first down marker. Marlon Humphreys, that is Chuck Clark, who was really far back against David Njoku. And that's just going to allow Njoku just to really concentrate on Marcus Peters. This looks like it's zone coverage all the way. Maybe not. It's tough to tell. My gut is it's zone. And then right here already, Jarvis Landry's got the first down. At this point, though, he's like, hey, I'm going to get more than 4 yards. I'm going to get 12. He's going to cut back on Deshaun Elliott and then just dive forward to the 42-yard line. So just a great play there by Jarvis Landry. Okay, so a whole bunch going on this play. Let's start. Okay, so there's a little bit of miscommunication on this Ravens defense here before the snap. As you can kind of see, Ravens defense is not really set. Just figuring out, hey, what are we doing here? Now watch Devontae Harris and Deshaun Elliott. They are going to cover the same area. Why are they right? They're both right here. Now, I know it's early. Maybe you're going to tell me Elliott is meant to drop back to here, and Elliott and Bowser's meant to take here. Fine. I do know they're very, very close to each other initially. And if one of them had been like maybe more over here, there's a shot, or more over here, there's a shot that the Browns don't get a first down. Because this area right here is wide open for the taking for Jarvis Landry. Okay, let's switch to the offensive line here. Enough about coverage. Kareem Hunt's in, obviously, it's fourth down. It's a passing situation. This is what they use him for. Jack Conklin's going to work against Yannick Ngakoue. He's going to go wide right, and ball's out of Mayfield's hand very quickly, so not much happening there. Next up looks like Jihad Ward. He's going to be working against veteran Wyatt Teller. Oh, maybe, no, I'm not. It's going to be a stunt. He's going to go inside, working against J.C. Tretter and Kareem Hunt, both of whom put a shoulder in and say, you don't get to go anywhere. Now watch Chris Board coming around on this stunt. He's going to try to back Wyatt Teller down. Actually does a little bit until the ball, it doesn't matter because the ball's out of his hands. Wyatt Teller eventually won in the end, though. Derek Wolfe here. He's lined up in the zero tech right on top of J.C. Tretter. He's going to go left because Tyus Bowser's dropping back, and he's just going to, now Hubbard and Bitonio, it's really essentially 3 men blocking 1 initially on Derek Wolfe because Judon and Bowser drop back into coverage. Ravens showing 6 initially. I mean, it's kind of tough to tell. They've just got so many guys here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I guess you could count either one. The safeties are too far back, really, to be of consequence. Okay, so let's watch this play from the backside again. This time on slow-mo. This is just a perfect throw by Baker Mayfield, right in stride, and you're just gonna cut right past Deshaun Elliott, right past Tyus Bowser, and stays on his feet and then just barrels forward. 9 yards after the catch. Beautifully done by Jarvis Landry. This is exactly the way Kevin Stefanski wants to draw this up. Generally you'll say, okay, we'll take 5 yards here. We need 4, we'll take 5. Well, he gets 12. As we can watch this for the final time. Browns a huge conversion now on the Ravens side of the field. And marching after a pick 6 by Baker Mayfield the previous drive, the Browns saying, we're not done yet. We know we're down 14. We know we've got 15-11 to go in the ball game. But hey, we're going to fight until the end and come back in this one. And that is where we will hold for episode 16 of the Ravens Browns deep dive, where I'll go through every play. As you need to make sure, though, that you go through every episode of this series. There's 15 episodes before, and make sure to check out the next episode, which if you're watching the live stream should be out tomorrow. If you're watching a recording, it may already be out. Make sure you check that out. Make sure that you go and check out all of my other videos on Sportscaster, sportscastr.com, username YosefM613. Check out my podcast, Sports with Yosef. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcast. Check out all of my articles for Flurry Sports, Rocky and Meisty, Sportscaster News, and Tackler. Or just check them out on my website, YosefM613.com, where you can subscribe and get email updates every time I post new content. YosefM613.com. If you're on Twitter, please give me a follow. Well, what's my handle? You guessed it. YosefM613. All right, Browns driving in a critical drive, picking up a critical 4th down as the third quarter is coming to a close in Cleveland. It's the Ravens 34, Browns 20. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.